Okay, so first video I've made in a little bit. So I have a 2017 Tesla Model X 90D, which I've talked about before, but this just came up the other day. Air suspension compressor disabled, vehicle will not rise. So this popped up during the winter here in Tennessee where I live. It got like down into the single digits, which doesn't do it very often here, especially not for several days in a row, but it did. So this came on during the winter. I thought that it was just because, or I was hoping at the time that it was just because it was really cold outside and the car wasn't used to it being that cold. But once it warmed back up, that this warning went off, the vehicle still raised and lowered like it's supposed to. There wasn't any issues with that. But like if you go into the screen now to suspension, it says it's on high. It is definitely not on high, and I'll show you in just a moment. But you can push lower, you can push standard, but the vehicle doesn't do anything. But yeah, that came on during the winter, went off. The car has been totally fine until just a few days ago when this came back on again and started making this really awful noise when I'd put it in drive. The noise went away in just a few seconds, but then this light would pop on. And so yeah, let me show you it from the outside. So you can tell that is sitting really low in the front. Back looks the same, but in the front, setting super low. Back in the winter, like I said, when it did it, the vehicle didn't change height or anything. I could still push all the settings in suspension and they all worked. So and then once it warmed back up, the light went away and it never happened again until just a few days ago. So I set up an appointment with Tesla through the app. I guess they scanned the warning on their computer, came back and said that it is a valve block for the air suspension. So, and actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be, like less than $740 for that, and the labor. The part itself it's only going to be $122. The rest is going to be labor. No surprise there. But yeah, that is what I'm working with right now. And my appointment isn't for 2 weeks, and I still have to drive this one way an hour and a half to work. I don't know if you can hear it. But yeah, that's the sound that it makes. But then it goes off after a few seconds. But yeah, I still have to drive this to work. Could drive my husband's car, but I don't want to have to put gas in that probably every other day, because again, I drive an hour and a half one way to work. So I'm gonna keep driving this. Tesla didn't say anything that it was cause any more issues if I keep driving this the way it is. It's not a very comfortable ride. You can definitely feel every bump, and it's like a Snoop Dogg lowrider. It tends to bounce if it's a pretty good little dip in the road. A little embarrassing, but it is what it is. So I will be taking this in a couple weeks to get that fix on it. And I'm considering going ahead and trading it. Let's see, because right now I am right at 100,000 miles. Yeah, right at 100,000 miles on this baby. and she's been great. Nothing, I'm not worried about having any more issues, but I think I'm ready to move on. I've had 4 Tesla Model X's now, and I think I'm thinking about a Model Y, a pre-owned Model Y. You can find those super cheap right now. I found them as low as $25,000 for like a 2021 22 model, so they're not terribly priced for one that's just a few years old. And I found a performance one that I really like. So anyway, I may just trade this in for a Model Y, and who knows, maybe another Model X. But since I've had 4 Model X's, I kind of just like to try something different than this next time. So maybe a Model Y. I am definitely a Tesla fanboy. There's not really any other EVs that I like that would be in my price range. And another thing that I love about Teslas is the supercharging network. So that kind of, other than a Ford product or a Rivian, and the Rivian I really do like, but at the moment, I just really can't afford a $60,000 vehicle, if not a little higher, depending on which Rivian I'm looking at. So, but anyway, we'll see. I may try to fit that in the budget, but it may just be a Model Y, or I may just hold on to this. So anyway, I just thought I'd post this real quick. Speaking of the Model Y, if anyone has a Model Y, let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you think about the size of it, especially if you have had a Model X or have a Model X and a Model Y size comparison. I know it is a smaller vehicle, and I do have the 6-seat configuration in my Model X, and I like that configuration. We don't necessarily need the 3rd row seat anymore, since one of my kids is driving now and has his own vehicle. My other teenage son, who is 14, guys know teenagers, they usually don't want to go anywhere with you anyway, so it's usually just me, or me and my husband. So we really don't need that 3rd row seat anymore. I do like having it for when we occasionally do need it, but it's not something I have to have. But anyway, just let me know if, compared to the Model X, if you have been able to compare a Model X to a Model Y, if the Model Y feels a whole lot smaller compared to the Model X, because I do like the roominess that a Model X has, even when it's just me in the vehicle. It just feels spacious. So my concern with the Y is that it's just going to feel cramped. My husband's Mercedes GLK feels small to me, and it's not a small vehicle, but I mean, it is a small crossover, but it just feels small on the inside to me, even if I'm just driving it by myself. The Model Y may feel a little more roomier just because there's a lot more, it has the glass roof and whatnot. But anyway, just let me know what you guys think. Anyway, thanks for watching my random videos I periodically put out. So thanks again.